ever thought, oh my goodness, English speakers speak so fast. How will I ever be able to speak like that? Well, today I have some good news for you. I'm going to share with you 7 important tips that native speakers use when they speak quickly. My first tip for speaking fast English is to use contractions. What are contractions? They're when you put 2 words together. I'd like to go is I would like to go. He's busy. He is busy. What are you doing? What are you doing? But this first tip is the most simple. We'll talk about some more difficult tips later, and it's an easy way to speak quickly. I'd like to go. I would like to go. Do you see how we can speak quicker because we're cutting off all the sounds in the word would except for that final D. I'd like to go. Great. Let's go on to the second tip. My second tip for speaking fast English is to reduce these 4 common verbs. Gonna, wanna, gotta, have to. I'm gonna study English means I'm going to study English. That word to simply becomes a. I'm gonna study English. Or you might say, I wanna study English. Here we're changing want to wanna. Again, the word to changes to a. I wanna study English. Or maybe you would say, I gotta study English. Here we have a longer verb. I have got to study English becomes I gotta study English. And then you might say, I have to study English. Have to, here again, to changes to a. I have to study English. Can you say these with me? I'm gonna study English. I wanna study English. I gotta study English. I have to study English. Beautiful sentences, and it's so fast. My third tip for speaking fast English is to reduce the word you when you're asking a question. We're going to talk about 3 common question words, and unfortunately, the word you reduces in a different way for each question. So listen carefully and let's check it out. The first question word is what. How can we reduce the question, what are you doing? What are you doing? We could reduce this to say, what you doing? Whatcha. Whatcha. It sounds like a CH sound here. And actually, we've cut out completely the word are, and the word you just becomes cha. What ya doing? You might notice too, extra tip, that the end of the word doing, that G, also gets cut out. What you doing? What you doing? So I end that word with an N. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, I'm teaching an English lesson. Oh, I'm studying English. I'm going to sleep. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? Let's talk about the second WH question. Where you going? Where you going? Do you notice the same thing happening here with that ing at the end? Where you going? It ends with an N. But what is happening with the word you? Where ya? We just changed it to ya. Ya, not you, but ya. Where you going? And again, we cut out are. Where are you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? What about if you wanted to ask a polite question? Would you help me? Maybe you need some help in the office. You might ask this lovely question, would you help me? But if you want to say it fast, you could say, would you help me? Would you help me? Would you help me? Would ya? Ja. Instead of a ch sound, like we talked about before, what cha doing? Here, instead, we are going to say ja. Would ya help me? Can you say that with me? Would ya? Would ya help me? Would you help me becomes would ya. Would you help me? Would you help me, please? Tips number 4, 5, and 6 include cutting off sounds. These are a little bit more tricky, so let's pay attention carefully. Tip number 4 for speaking fast English is to cut off the T at the end of words. Ooh, what about this sentence? I go out every night. I go out every night. Do you hear I go out every night? Nope. Instead, your tongue is at the top of your mouth. You're about to make the T sound, but no air goes through, so it's just stopped at the top of your mouth. I go out every night. I go out every night. I go out every night. Can you say that with me? I go out every night. Tip number 5 for fast English is to cut off the letter D at the end of words. Let's check out this sample sentence. I found a blue and white card. I found a blue and white card. I found a blue and white card. My 6th tip for speaking fast English is quite advanced. It is to cut off the first sounds with a few pronouns. Him, his, her, and them. Let's look at a couple sample sentences. I think he's right. I think he's right. I think he's right. There's no H happening here. I thinky. Thinky. Kind of sounds like you're saying thinky. I think he's right. Do you notice too at the end of the word right, there's no T sound? I think he's right. I think he's right. I think he's right. We do this all the time. Let's go on to another pronoun. It's his turn. It's her turn. It's his turn. It's her turn. This one's a little bit weird, isn't it? The H at the beginning of his and her is cut off. We don't do this all the time, but it does happen often enough that you want to make sure you can understand when native English speakers are using it, and also so that you can use it yourself. It's her turn. It's her turn. It's his turn. Is turn. It's his turn. It's his turn. We're not saying it's his turn. It's his turn. It's his turn. It's her turn. It's her turn. It's her turn. Great. What about the word them? I listen to him. I listen to him. The word them has the TH cut out, and instead you're saying I listen to him. Maybe if someone asks about some music that you like, you might say, oh yeah, I listen to him. I listen to I listen to him. This is quite casual, and we use it a lot in daily conversation. I listen to him. Can you say that with me? I listen to So we need to reduce some pronouns as we're speaking. Him, his, her, them. My 7th tip for speaking fast English is specific to American English. It is to change a T sound to a D sound. You might have noticed that we've done a lot with T's and D's, cutting them off at the end of words, and here we're changing them for each other. So when we say a word like the word better, water, do you hear better, water? No. In American English, a T that's between 2 vowel sounds, it doesn't always have to be a vowel, but between 2 vowel sounds is going to change to a D. Better, water. Let's look at a sample sentence. The sweater is better. I like water. Sweater, notice that T is between 2 vowels. Is better, it's between 2 vowel sounds. I like water, it's also between 2 vowels. But what if we take it up a notch? These T's in the next sample sentence are also between vowel sounds, but it's not so clear. Put it in the desk. Put it in the desk. We have a lot of D sounds. Put it in. Put it in. What's happening with that T at the end of the word put? Well, it's a T between 2 vowels, even though there's 2 separate words. Put it in. And the word it is between 2 vowels, even though it's 2 separate words. So I know this can be a little bit tricky, but you're going to hear native speakers use this all the time, so make sure you can do it too. Can you say it with me? Put it in. Put it in. Put it in the desk. Put it in the desk. Put it in the desk. Put it